So in this video, we're gonna see how to download and install MySQL. Also, we'll see how can you connect from our application, the database we have created. We'll see the parameters through which we can connect from our application. Like in this case, I'll be using Spring Boot application. So I'll just show you the parameters through which we can connect to the database. So first, in order to download MySQL, you need to go to tab.mysql.com/downloads. Okay. So here you see MySQL installer for Windows. That link you just need to click and download the first one, MSI installer. No thanks, just start my download. Okay, so we're gonna run the installer. Okay. Yes, okay. Yeah, so it started the process. The first thing is it asks for all these options to choose one option. So we'll go for custom option, custom installation, because we'll install what we need, not all the components. So we need the server, and from the application we need MySQL Workbench. So first thing is the server, the MySQL 8.0.28 Windows 64-bit version I need, and the application or MySQL Workbench actually we need, because this is the kind of UI part that you can work with, and shell also you need. Okay, fine. Click on next. Program data, I think. Yeah, so I think yes, maybe earlier I have installed this one, so the directory already exists. That's okay for me. I'll replace those files. Yes, and it's all ready to download. Once I execute, start downloading. Yeah, it takes some time to download it. Okay, so it is those are all downloaded. Next, click on next, and now it will be installed. So installation also takes some time. It got installed now. Next, click on next. Ready to configure, it will configure, and you can see this is the port for the server, SQL server, through which we can connect. Okay, so this is all default. I'll keep, no change in this. Click on next. Use strong password encryption. Okay, we'll use that. Next, and okay, this is for the root user. We need to configure. So default is the root user, and the password we need to provide for the root user. Okay, so I'll just provide a simple password. Click on next. Okay, yeah, start the MySQL server at system startup. Every time the service will start. Yes, click on next and execute. Yeah, so once it is done, we can click on finish and it will open. Okay, yeah, next, and then start. Yes, okay, so first the shell will start. After that, MySQL Workbench. So now we have successfully installed MySQL. So first thing we want to do is we'll create one database. Okay, so first we'll need to connect. This is a root user, and through root password, enter. Okay, so now the query editor is open. So you can see this is the default schema that comes with the installation. So first we'll create create one database, and then we create one table in the database, and you can play around with the database. Okay, so just to show you, this is the workbench that is more easier to use, so we will use this one only. And to just show you, I'll show you how we can work from the command prompt as well. So okay, so I'm just doing one command like create database test schema. Okay, So this is one database that will be created. And first, I'll just quickly show you from command prompt how can do that. Okay. So to open it, like to work from the command prompt, we first need to open the command prompt from the location where our SQL server is installed. So for me, this is in the C drive. Okay. C drive, program files, MySQL server 8.0. Then yeah, after that, bin folder. In this, I'll be opening command prompt, and then I need to connect to the MySQL and -u for the user is root, and -p for the password to ask for the password. And for me, I'll just enter the root password. Now we are connected. So the same command I'll run from here, like create database. So first, let me show you what are the databases available. So these are the default databases that comes with installation. Okay. Now we'll create like create database test database. Okay. Now the database is created. Let's see. Yes, it is created. So there are a couple more things, like you can grant the privilege to the database and you can play around. So, but we'll go to the workbench because this is more easier to use. Okay. So we have already created a database. Let's see if it's created. By refreshing this, refresh all. Yeah, you can see the test database is created. Okay. And there are a couple of more query that we can just execute, like creating a table. So we can create like this, referring to the schema, the database that we have created, dot the table name. So we can execute like this, or if you want to directly execute, like suppose from this in this query, okay, we can do like, we can just set it as a default schema first, then it will be executed in this schema. Whatever the query we execute, that will be executed in this default schema that we have set. Okay. So let's first create a table. User1. Okay. So user1 is created. Let's refresh. You can see there is the user1 table is created. Okay. And now let's insert one record. Yeah. So the record is inserted. Now let's see. Yes. Now you can see. So yeah, this is how we can work in the workbench or in the command prompt, and we can play around with the database. Okay, so till now we are done, just successfully installed. We can we did create a database, did create records or table and records in that. Okay, so last thing I just want to show you that how can I connect from an application. So the database that we have created here, we just want to connect from our application. So for me, I'm using one Spring Boot application, which is basically in Java. If you are using some other language, so you can just refer to this, and you can see how you can see the parameter just for reference and use that to connect from your application. Okay, let's see. For me, this is the syntax that used in Java. So JDBC MySQL / localhost, because yeah, we have installed in our system, and this is the port that was assigned at the time of installation, if you remember. Okay, and this is the schema that we just created. This is a database that we are going to connect. Okay, and the root user, and for me, it is the root password. Means I just provided as root the password I provided. Okay, okay. So this is how these are parameter which you can take as reference to connect to the database. Okay, so that's it for the video. I hope this was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.